Okay, first and foremost, I'd like to apologise if you hear the fan in the background throughout this video. It's 33 degrees as I'm filming this, and your girl is really feeling the heat, so just bear with me. Hello everyone, it's Derin here. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're a new viewer, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. As I'm filming and uploading this video, it is A-level results day, which is such a crazy thing. I can't believe how quickly it came around. But anyways, if you have received your results today, I just want to send you so much love and hope that you are happy with how everything has gone. I know that circumstances this year are just kind of all over the place with COVID and just like how they've handled the grades. Oh my gosh, I feel like the fan is making my voice go robotic. Is it going robotic? Is it going robotic? Anyways, if you've been affected by that negatively, I'm just sending you so much love right now. I personally went through clearing when it was my results day and know how upsetting it is to not receive the grades that you wanted. So yeah, if that is you, I really just want to give you some encouragement. I just hope that you're able to navigate through this experience smoothly and that everything will work out in the end. Yeah, now that results are officially out and most of you guys know we're off to uni, I thought I'd share the expertise developed over my last 3 years as an undergraduate and kind of just share some ways that you can prepare for university now. Yeah, without further ado, I'm just going to jump straight into the tips. But if you guys are not already subscribed to my channel, definitely make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. So one of my biggest recommendations on how you can start to prepare for university from now is to actually plan a trip to visit your new university town or city. This is something that I did with my dad, I think like 2 weeks before I was meant to start university, and was honestly the best thing that I could have done in just allowing me to become familiar with my new surroundings. So what we personally did was visit my university halls of residence area and just become familiar with like the supermarkets, restaurants, cafes in the area. And then we also took a visit to where my main campus was going to be, and again with that it was just great to kind of suss out the local area, see how you get there, and yeah, just kind of allow yourself to become accustomed to where you'll be living for the next 3-4 years. For me personally, I found this to be such a great thing to do because when I did eventually move to university, it wasn't as big of a shock to me and I was already comfortable and familiar with my surroundings. So yeah, I think that if you can, I strongly recommend you to visit your university town or city before you start. And I think what's nice about this, specifically given the circumstances of COVID, is that you can actually make a trip out of it and have like a bit of a staycation to kind of replace your family holiday if perhaps you're not going this year. And yeah, just have a good time whilst also familiarizing yourself with your new home. The next way that you can start to prepare for university now is high-key a bit of a self-promo, and that is actually watching and subscribing to YouTubers who attend the university that you're going to. So I feel like in today's climate it's so amazing how many like study tubes there are, or just like university vloggers there are. So my advice to you is to actually search up your university and see if there are any YouTubers that attend it, so you can kind of get an insight into specific tips that they have to share about your university. Whilst there are loads of videos about university in general, I do feel like every university has their unique thing about them, which is why it's so great to get insights from someone who actually attends there. So yeah, if you know that you're going to Derin, for example, then obviously there's Jack Edwards, my dear friend, who's actually just released a book, The Universe. A fun fact, I'm actually featured within the book talking all about my university in London experience and top tips for you guys. So if you don't already have Jack's book, I'll link down below. I'm so proud of him. But yeah, I digress. Have a little search on YouTube, see who attends your university. If you're going to university in London or you're going to London College of Fashion, then I'm your girl, and so definitely make sure to subscribe and check out my university and London College of Fashion videos for some vlogs, top tips and advice videos. The next way that I'd encourage you to prepare for university is something that I feel not many people would say if there are videos similar to this on YouTube, but it's actually to kind of like write a list of things that you want to achieve by the time you graduate. It may sound kind of weird or like really serious, but honestly I think that this is actually a great way for you to kind of have a vision and a direction of what you want to achieve from your university experience, whether or not this is in terms of like friendships or personal growth or careers. It can be about anything. I think that it's just so great for you to know this before you start, so that throughout your time at university you kind of have a direction of where you're going and the things that you want to do. But yeah, everyone's list or letters to themselves is going to be so different, but I think if you can just spend some time before you go to really suss out what you want to get from your university experience, it will really do a lot in helping you to navigate yourself through. Kind of just have like a vision so that you don't lose yourself throughout the university experience. The next way that you can start to prepare for university is obviously the university packing and shopping. I personally think this is like one of the most fun parts about going to university. It was for me at least, and I think that's kind of the biggest message I want to get across in this tip, is that it should be a fun process as opposed to stressful. So I guess now that you know that you're off to uni, I would definitely prioritize scheduling shopping days for you to get stuff for when you move, and just try and make it a fun and eventful trip, whether or not you want to go with your friends or you want to go with your family. Just make sure that you have a list, and if you're decorating your room, you have like a vision of how you want your room to go, and then just kind of go from there. But yeah, I'd say the earlier that you start, the less stressful it will be, and the less likely you are to be in a situation where things are starting to sell out. The next way that you can prepare for university is in the kitchen department, and that is learning some staple meals before you go. Now, trust me, this is one that I wish I knew before starting university, because my cooking capabilities before uni was just so bad, and I kind of just had to learn along the way. But I definitely encourage you guys, if you know that you like specific meals, ask your mum or your dad or whoever to teach the recipe to you and have some practice runs at home, so that if you're ever missing their cooking or you're just really craving one of your favorite meals, you don't have to waste your money purchasing it on Deliveroo or Uber Eats. You know how to make it yourself, and this is just such a great way for you to save money, but also kind of socialize, especially if you're living in a halls of residence in first year that has a mixed kitchen, which I feel like most of us do. Just by you being in the kitchen more and cooking is a great way for you to kind of bond more with your flatmates. So yeah, I feel like you can't go wrong with this tip, so I'd strongly encourage it. On to the next way that you can prepare for university. This is something which I've mentioned in a few videos in the past, I feel, and that is basically to join Facebook groups related to your halls of residence as well as your university course. This is something that I only realized in like my first week of university was a thing, but 99.9% of universities have their own Facebook groups, which now that you know what university you're going to, you can literally just join, kind of just mingle with the people who will be in your course or in your halls of residence. I think this is just such a nice way of you to kind of make some friends before you actually go to university, and especially if you are someone that's anxious about meeting new people and being in a new environment, having a way for you to connect with your course mates or your flatmates prior to meeting them, it can be a really comforting and reassuring thing before actually starting in September. So yeah, have a look on Facebook and join those course pages and enter the chats that are going on in there. If you need to update your Facebook profile, I would also encourage that as well. I'm someone that never really uses it, but trust me, before I joined those groups, I did a little bit of updating with some Instagram pictures, just so that people get a gist of who you are today, as opposed to like your 5-year-old Facebook picture. And then moving on to the final tip for today's video on how you can prepare for university from now. This is to actually just make the most of your time with your friends and family at home before you move. As I mentioned, I stayed in London, so I was really grateful to come home every other weekend if I wanted to, or be really close to my family. But I know that for the majority of my friends, they all traveled out, and so all of us being far away from each other was really something that was new, and obviously you end up missing people or even feeling homesick. And so I feel like to kind of just combat that, try and make as many memories with your friends and family now as you guys are all together. Have some spontaneous nights, so that you just know that when you guys kind of all venture off to different cities or towns for university, you know that you had a great summer together. And whilst doing all of that, I encourage you to take pictures, so when you do eventually go to university, you A, have those memories that you can kind of reflect on and look back on, and B, you have pictures as well that you can use to decorate your uni room, so that when you do feel homesick or anything like that, you know that you had an amazing summer with your friends and you have those memories. Yeah, I'd say that this is a really important tip. But yeah, those are actually all of my tips on how you can start to prepare for university now. I tried to keep today's video short and sweet. That being said, it says that I'm already filming for 20 minutes, so hopefully I've been able to edit it down. If you did enjoy today's video, I would love if you could let me know by hitting the thumbs up button, and also leaving me a comment down below, and perhaps kind of letting me know how your results day went, letting me know where you're off to university. Perhaps you can find some people in the comments down below that are going to the same uni, and you can kind of become friends that way. If you guys are not following me on my Instagram, I will pop my username on screen. I'm super active on Instagram and always ask you guys for video requests on that, so if you have anything else you want me to film specifically related to university, just give me a follow and DM on there, and I will definitely get around to doing that. So yeah, I guess that is all for today's video. Thanks so much once again for watching, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.